The SAR-6 class corvettes are not only a symbol of the changing Israeli Navy, but many other things. These surface combatants have high combat capabilities inversely proportional to their relatively small size and low displacement. They have an innovative design concept and some unique features. As the weapon detective, we are investigating the SAR-6 class, the Israeli style of the corvette. Please don't forget to subscribe to our channel before we start and give us a thumbs up if you like our video. To be notified of our new video, please click the bell button. Also, you can now click the join button to support our channel. By looking at the SAR-6 class corvettes, we can see the new phase of the Israeli Navy, the current phase in the evolution of the Israel's security policy, and the shifting balance in the region. They also offer an innovative approach for modern naval warfare concepts. Such a huge significance for such a small surface combatant. The story of the SAR-6 class dates back to the early 2000s. In 2002, the Israeli Navy was seeking a new combat ship as the replacement of the SAR-4 class missile boats. But Israel's maritime security perception had changed. Therefore, the Israeli Navy was experiencing difficulties in determining what features the new ship would require. Also, the defense budget was shrinking, and the Israeli government was not willing to spend money on an expensive new surface combatant. In 2007, the Israel Defense Forces, shortly IDF, formulated a multi-year plan which also included the acquisition of new surface combatants. But in this plan, the needs of the Navy had a low priority, and the IDF used its budget on other urgent requirements. Every cloud has a silver lining. By this delay, Israel gained time to determine its real maritime security needs. Since the late 2000s, the nature of the region had changed. The old adversaries had become new partners, while the relations with the old friends had been damaged. Besides, the discovery of gas reserves in the Mediterranean had shifted the security perception for Israel. In 2012, the surface combatant became a priority. Now, the Israeli Navy knew what features the new ship would require. In 2013, Israeli shipyards offered its SAR-72 design, but the Navy rejected the vessel and Israel decided to open an international tender. However, in 2014, Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu cancelled the international tender and started the negotiation with the German ThyssenKrupp Marine Systems, shortly TKMS, as the sole source. This decision sparked a lot of controversies. First of all, the German ship was heavier and larger than the initial determined criteria. In 2017, the Israeli police began an investigation about Netanyahu for the allegation of bribes. His cousin and personal lawyer, David Shamon, was representing TKMS in Israel. The case would continue until the accusations against David Shamon and Eli Marum, the former Navy commander, was dropped in 2021. Besides, in 2010, Abu Dhabi-based Abu Dhabi Mar Company acquired 80% of the shipbuilding part of TKMS. This was giving the Arab countries the access to the classified information about the most advanced surface combatant of Israel. Yet, the Israeli Ministry of Defense announced that TKMS is responsible for building only the structural parts. The critical components, such as the control and command systems, sensors, weapons and electronic warfare equipment, would be locally produced and integrated. Nevertheless, Israel signed a contract with TKMS for the construction of 4 ships in 2015. The first SAR-6 class corvette, INS Magen, was laid down on February 7, 2018, launched on May 12, 2019, and commissioned on November 11, 2020. The second ship, INS Oz, was commissioned on May 4, 2021. These 2 vessels are in active service. The sea trials and fitting out works of the third and fourth corvettes, INS Atzmaut and INS Nitzachon, continue. All 4 SAR-6 class corvettes were built in Germany. The weapon and electronic systems have been fitted to the ships in Israel. More than 90% of the SAR-6's combat systems are developed by Israeli defense companies. Israel paid for only 2/3 of the cost. Germany subsidized the rest. The design of the SAR-6 class is based on the German Meko A100 class corvette, also known as the Braunschweig class. But these two surface combatants have many differences. First of all, Israeli ships have many design changes to accommodate locally developed sensors and missiles. Their hangars are bigger and suitable for 10-ton class helicopters. The hangars of the Meko A100 class can host only small unmanned aerial vehicles. The design of the SAR-6 class reduces the radar cross-section and infrared signatures. These corvettes are designed for mainly asymmetric naval threats. But despite their small size, the SAR-6 class has more combat capability than many modern frigates. It can perform the area air defense, anti-submarine warfare and land attack missions, besides the anti-surface warfare duties. The SAR-6 class has a longer range and higher endurance than any previous Israeli surface combatant. The complement of the SAR-6 class is 65%. The corvette has a length of 89.12 meters, a beam of 13.28 meters, and a draught of 3.4 meters. The displacement of the ship is 1,900 to 2,000 tons. The propulsion system of the SAR-6 class consists of four 4,615 horsepower MTU-16V 4000 M93L diesel engines in cadet configuration, which provides a maximum speed of 26 knots. The corvette can sail up to 7,400 kilometers, in other words, 4,000 nautical miles. The armament of the ship consists of one 76mm Super Rapido gun, two Typhoon remote-controlled weapon stations, 16 anti-ship missiles, 32 Barak 8 surface-to-air missiles, 40 Tamir missiles for the Sea Dome close-in weapon missile system, and two 324mm triple torpedo tubes. The SAR-6 class has aviation facilities suitable to operate a 10-ton class helicopter. The ELM-2248 MF Star multifunction active electronically scanned array radar of the SAR-6 class is made up of four S-band active arrays, of which each is positioned in one direction. It can detect a fighter-sized aircraft flying at high altitudes in the range of between 300 to 450 kilometers. Its range for a sea-skimming missile is over 25 kilometers. Currently, the SAR-6 class is equipped with 16 Block 2 RGM-84 Harpoon anti-ship missiles. Its maximum speed is Mach 0.85 and it can reach a range of 124 kilometers. This variant has a 222 kilogram warhead and a guidance system consisting of inertial navigation, active radar, and GPS. So, the Block 2 Harpoons are also effective in littoral waters, and they have limited land attack capability. Soon, the newly developed Gabriel V will replace or supplement the RGM-84s. This missile has an advanced active multispectral seeker designed for cluttered littoral environments. Its range is more than 200 kilometers. Thanks to its GPS and inertial navigation systems, the Gabriel V can perform land attack missions. The Barak 8 air defense missile is effective against air threats including aircraft, helicopters, unmanned aerial vehicles, as well as anti-ship, ballistic and cruise missiles. Its effective range is between 0.5 to 100 kilometers and its maximum effective altitude is about 16,000 meters. The maximum speed of the missile is Mach 2. The Sea Dome is the naval variant of the famous Iron Dome system developed for the counter-rocket, artillery, and mortar, shortly CRAM role. The missile of the system, the Tamir, has an effective range of between 4 to 70 kilometers. It is effective against mortar and artillery shells, artillery rockets, as well as missiles and unmanned aerial vehicles. The Sea Dome gives the SAR-6 class a matchless CRAM capability. Currently, there are no 76mm guns on the SAR-6 class. The projected Super Rapido has a safe rate of fire of 120 rounds per minute. The gun, which has an effective range of 20,000 meters against surface targets, is also very effective against air targets. The Typhoon remote control weapon station is designed against asymmetric surface threats and it can be fitted with a 25mm gun and or the Spike ER missiles. The gun has a -20 to +45 degrees depression elevation angle, so its effectiveness against air targets is limited. There are 200 ready-to-fire rounds on the turret. Its rate of fire is 500 rounds per minute. The maximum effective range of the 25mm gun is about 3,000 meters. The Spike ER missile has a range of 8,000 meters. Thanks to its fiber optic data bus, the missile can change its course and target during the flight. The corvette has a helipad and hangar which are suitable for a 10-ton class helicopter. Israel will use its SAR-6 with the MH-60s. Besides, depending on the operational requirement, the corvette can carry a UH-60 utility or an AH-64 attack helicopter. What do these features of the SAR-6 class tell us? To better understand these ships, we should look at the changing nature of the region. Since the 1978 Camp David Accords, Israel has been relieved of the pressure of its biggest enemy, Egypt. By the new millennium, these two countries have even become partners in many areas. Syria had not been a real threat alone. After the dissolution of the USSR and the current civil war, it has become less significant. So, the operational areas of the Israeli Navy have shifted toward the blue waters. While the old enemies became new partners or insignificant, an old friend turned into a problem. Turkey was the most beneficial country in the region for the security of Israel. Also, for Ankara, a pro-Western Israel was an important counterbalance to its pro-Soviet Arab neighbors. So these two countries had a long honeymoon period. However, by the late 2000s, the relations between Israel and Turkey have constantly deteriorated. Also, today these two countries are experiencing disputes over the exclusive economic zone. Let's be realistic. A Turkish-Israeli war is unlikely. This is beyond the wildest dreams for both countries. Besides, for the Western world, neither Israel nor Turkey is a dispensable country in the region. The USA and its European allies will stop such an apocalyptic scenario, which have the potential to change the world order by all means. The Western world would not even allow for a small skirmish. So, the real reason for the change in the Israeli Navy is not Turkey. The only unchanged things in the region are Hamas and Hezbollah. They are still hostile. These two groups have the capability of performing attacks on the Israeli offshore natural gas platforms and maritime shipments by using small vessels, unmanned aerial vehicles, and unmanned submarines. The fast and cheap small vessels are like the naval variants of the Toyotas. They can be fitted with heavy machine guns, light autocannons, artillery rocket launchers, and anti-tank missiles. With the hit-and-run tactics, these boats can cause serious damage to Israeli maritime interests. Also, Hamas and Hezbollah use unmanned aerial vehicles as the kamikazes, which give them over-the-horizon attack capability. Besides, Hamas has small unmanned submarines designed to explode under or near Israeli naval vessels or oil and gas drilling rigs. So, the SAR-6 class corvettes, which have a good CRAM and anti-submarine warfare capability, are the best answer against these type of threats. The other Israeli surface combatants do not have the CRAM capability. Also, the small vessels of the Israeli Navy cannot perform long patrols and fight against submarines. The SAR-6 class fulfills these important gaps. Different from Israel, many countries are developing and building lightly armed offshore patrol vessels. These ships do not have enough combat capability against naval Toyota warfare or swarm drone attacks. The SAR-6 class is the only surface combatant which has adequate CRAM capability against such asymmetric threats. These corvettes are also very capable platforms for conventional naval threats. So, the SAR-6 class is not only the symbol of the changing Israeli Navy or the nature of the region, but also changing naval warfare doctrines. Thanks for watching our video. And please don't forget to subscribe to our channel and give us a thumbs up if you liked our video. To be notified of our new videos, please click the bell button. Also, you can now click the join button to support our channel.